Herkese merhaba. Ben Alex, 35 yaşındayım. Cambly'de öğretmenim. Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about something I'm asked about very often in Turkey. How to improve spoken English. Now I know in Turkey you learn grammar and you learn vocabulary and you learn how to answer questions at school. And every time you make a mistake, teacher hits you with the ruler. Okay? That's not what speaking is about. Okay? I'm here to tell you how easy it can be if you just try. The most important thing to know, language is about communication. Talk with a smile. Okay? Use sessiz cinema. Okay? Don't worry that your grammar is incorrect or that you don't know a word. What's most important is the other person understands you. Of course, we have to work, we have to improve our spoken English. But the first difficulty is not being afraid. When I talk to students in Turkey, I ask them about grammar. They say, yeah, I know that. I know present perfect. Okay, I know present continuous, don't worry. Now there's a big difference between understanding, between knowing, between memorizing and using without thinking. These are all steps you should go through to improve your speaking. So, for example, let's take simple present. I jump. I hope everyone here listening knows I jump. But saying I jump, I don't jump, don't you jump, these things without thinking is a different step. So often I hear in Turkey, I am not jump. Okay? There is no tense. This does not exist in English. I don't know where you learnt it. So knowing the simple present and using it correctly, and then using it without thinking are different steps. You should be practicing in front of the mirror. Okay? I jump. I don't jump. Do you jump? Don't you jump? Does he jump? Doesn't he jump? Okay? You should be able to say these without thinking. If you want to speak fluently, which a lot of you do, and if you're coming to this video, of course you do, you need to practice the foundations. You need to memorize these things. Say them without thinking. When you're speaking English, you shouldn't be doing the grammar in your head. You should know the rules and know the English so well you forgot the rules. Okay? If I say, gitmek, gidiyorum. No, we can't use T, it should be D. Şimdi gidiyorum. Okay, you've got bored, you've left by the time I finished my sentence. And it's just two words. Gidiyorum should be so quick for me. And the same way it should be for you in English. Let me take an example of a marathon. How do you train to run a marathon? Okay. Most people might expect you just run 50 kilometers every day and soon you will be able to run a marathon. This is not the way it works. Okay? You need to do exercises in the gym on your legs. Okay? Which are not part of running. There's the psychology of running. There are so many different aspects, and the same is true for speaking English. Okay? You need to be practicing on your own before you even get in front of somebody. If you can be confident on your own with your cat, okay? I speak to my cat in Turkish. Why? Because he doesn't laugh at my mistakes. He doesn't correct me. Okay? And now he doesn't speak English because I'm always practicing Turkish. But this is a great way to lose that fear and to improve yourself at the same time. Then when a Cambly tutor comes, you're ready. You're not afraid and you know exactly what to say without thinking. So, in the same way that you should be confident with your grammar when you're speaking because of all the practice you did, same can be said with vocabulary. If you watch my How to Learn Vocabulary video on Cambly YouTube site, you can also see that there are different stages of knowing a word. Okay? Maybe you recognize a word, but you're not confident in using it. The more you practice speaking, the more you will use the word, the easier it will be. Okay? You need to practice. This is so important. If you're not speaking English, you're not improving. I know it sounds simple, okay? But every time you do it, even if you're afraid, even if you think your English is bad, it doesn't matter. Okay? You will improve. The other thing you can do is speak with your friends. Maybe you have someone who is learning English too. Maybe you have someone whose English is better than you or worse than you. Actually, it doesn't really matter. The important thing is start an English club. Okay? Or just use some words, new words, when you're speaking to them. Speak in Turkish and then add a word. We all do it. Okay? If I don't know the word in Turkish, often I will say a whole sentence in Turkish and just add the English word. Some people will understand, some people won't. And I will have to do sessiz sinema, or I'll have to explain a different way. But I didn't stop speaking Turkish just because I didn't know one word. I also noticed in Turkey, Turkish people are sometimes afraid to speak English with European people, even if they're not native speakers. You know, a French person might not speak good English. So why are you afraid to try your English with them? Okay? The worst thing is they don't understand. It's no problem. When I try and improve my Turkish speaking, often I record myself and listen back. And I've heard so much Turkish from living in Turkey, from doing listening, that sometimes I can get my own mistakes. I can say, that should be dan, not den. Or maybe I was slow at saying a word. And so I will practice it a few times. Okay? I don't need a Turkish speaker for this. I don't need a teacher. These are all exercises you can do on your own with the right motivation. The last thing I recommend you do is to use Cambly as often as possible. Okay? Not just because I work with them, but because Cambly tutors are specifically designed to build your confidence. They do this every day. They understand how to learn a language. They understand the difficulties of speaking, and they're here to help. They are not judging you. They're not laughing at you. Okay? They want you to get better. So use this resource. Tell them, hey, I've got half an hour. I really want to talk about this grammar point. Or I really want to improve this vocabulary. I've been learning on my own. Can you help me? Let's have a conversation about X or Y. Okay? You have a great resource here. Don't forget to use it. As I mentioned in some of the other videos in this series, you don't just have to concentrate on speaking to improve speaking. Okay? Every day in Turkey, I am putting Instagram stories and writing Turkish. Okay? I make so many mistakes. All right? It could be something small, like the wrong ending or the wrong vowel agreement, or maybe I used the wrong word because I looked it up in the dictionary, or maybe I made a grammar mistake. But I have Turkish friends who correct me. And you know what? Even if they don't, I'm learning, I'm practicing. You know, hundreds of people are seeing my stories and I'm not feeling embarrassed. So if I can say to 100 or 200 people, hey, look at my Turkish. When I get in front of a native speaker, okay, when I go to the bakkal, when I'm ordering in a restaurant, when I'm on a date, I'm no longer afraid to speak Turkish. These things are really important. Okay? Practicing and getting rid of the fear. Bu kod ile Cambly'de benimle ya da dünyanın her yerinde eğitmenlerle deneme dersi yapabilirsiniz.